Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Create a Team Mode. We are with Goodwood F1 Racing, ready for round 2. One was pretty painful, I'm not going to lie. It was not a good experience, but I went in and did some tweaking afterwards. You can see our car and our overalls all looking crisp and sharp. It is a sexy looking car now. So let's jump in and I'll update you on the little updates and changes I made to our livery. So starting with the car itself, I've tidied up the sponsorships, as you can see. Repositioned the Abeos to get rid of the little blue circle that was half showing on the wing, just pushed it up so we now just get the text. That actually looks quite nice that way. Repositioned and resized some of the sponsors on the side. I've put our team logo on the side of the rear wing and on the barge board at the front there, and just repositioned and tweaked some of the logos as well. If we go to car livery and go to edit, go to decals, so you can see there is the front of our car now, looking very, very nice and clean. Put all the sponsors into either purple or white, with the exception of Abeos on the side pod, just because that is our main title sponsor. So I thought we'll give them a little bit of colour. But everything else, purple or white, depending on where it is on the car. If we go to the rear, over to the top here as well, you can see we've got the Abeos logo on our halo, along with the Miram coin on the side of the driver headrest. We've also got the Henrik logo on the side of the monocoque entrance there, just below the beginning of the halo. Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. And then if we look at the rear wing, there you can see our team logo. You can't really see the crown, unfortunately. Not a lot I can do about that. But it is there. You can just about make it out if you look really hard. But that is what our rear wing looks like now. So yeah, cleaned the car up. I also changed the wheels. Went for more of a traditional sort of alloy look, just to pay again tribute to the Jaguar that this used to race on. This livery used to race on. So it's not quite the right wheel, but I mean, I'm working with the best options that I've got, and I think, you know, that just ties it together a little bit nicer as well. As far as the overalls go, looking much crisper and cleaner now. So you can see we've got proper branding on the shoulder pads. I've spaced out the branding, put the team logo on the left breast there. Big title sponsor in the center. I've even done the gloves as well, so you can see we've got the Abeos logo on the gloves, and then around the back I've put the team logo between the shoulder blades there as well. So looking a bit more professional, a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper, a little bit sharper, and I just think it does look a little bit nicer. I've changed up the helmet color scheme slightly as well, so it's now predominantly purple, just to add a little bit of contrast to the suits and also to the car itself. Is there a reason why it says Goodwood? Does it? I must have missed that. I thought I'd changed that. Actually, I can show you how we made it. It does say Goodwood. That is wrong. So let's go ahead and edit that. Thank you for pointing that out. I feel a little stupid for that. So we will change that to an O. And we'll change that one for an O. There we go. And we will applied changes and saved the design over the top of the original. I'm a little frustrated actually because we've got Renault as our engine sponsor, as our engine this year. So what I decided to do was create the Renault E-Tech logo as close as I could. So let me show you the one I came up with. I'm going to go into presets and saved. There we go. So I created the Renault E-Tech as best I could. I initially tried to play about with the Renault symbol, the Renault badge, but I couldn't quite get it. And then you actually see Renault E-Tech on the side of the Alpines. And I did one in white and then realized it would go on a white part of the car. So I then did it in purple. With the plan to drop it onto the side of the car. But you can only have one team symbol on the livery. So if I go here, let's go to, for example, the side of the car, which is where I was initially going to put it. And let's see where on the car. Okay, it's not going to go on that one. It's not going on the nose. I guess it's not going to go there either. Alright, where's my Henrik? There it is. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to put in the E-Tech logo, but it only gives you the team logo, one team logo. So it's a little frustrating because I wanted to stick the Renault E-Tech badge where the Henrik badge is, so that I could show our engine supplier. Unfortunately, yeah, we can't do that. I really hope that Frontier allows us to put more than one team logo on in the future, so that I could actually add that logo in just there. But until that happens, unfortunately, I can't put our Renault badging anywhere on the car, which is a little frustrating. But that, or allow us to make our own standard decals. That would be nice. But again, we can only add in the ones that exist here. We can't create our own sponsor logos, which I can kind of understand. You know, you're going to get some people who are just going to put the most offensive, ridiculous things on their cars just for shock value. So I can kind of understand that. You'll also probably get the Top Gear tribute acts where people are putting Peniston on their car. But with a separation, so it just says penis, you know. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't put the E-Tech badging on, which I'm a little disappointed with, as you can obviously tell. But there is our updated car in terms of its appearance, our updated driver suits. Thank you very much there, Dino, for updating me on the fact that our logo was incorrect. Glad we've got that changed. Evening Corey, evening Zeus, evening Packins. How are you all doing tonight? Right, round 2 is Jeddah, and I am not looking forward to this Grand Prix. I think we are going to get absolutely battered, more so than we were last night. I'm not expecting us to do much of anything at all tonight. I'm really not. Let's try and get a little bit of training in before we start. Actually, no, looking at that, I don't think we've got space running training there. We want to go in nice and fresh. So instead, let's slap in some training here. Let's go for a full day of car building on the Monday. And then we'll go to our usual kind of split between skill training and speed training. I'm going to try and approach the way we do our training resting a little bit different this year. So I'm going to make sure that I'm always in the well-rested category by the end of the month. So let's go with a little bit of training here. More. just about get away with one more day, I think. Not quite. Let's take the gym training off. Almost there, almost there. So let's take that training out completely. And let's throw in a little bit more car building instead. And there we go. So you can see the reason why I'm doing that, just because it reduces our chance of a mistake a little bit. It also means we can go into the next month pretty fresh as well. So that's going to be our training schedule here. All right, Daniel. What upgrades am I putting on the car? Nothing for tonight, because nothing's ready yet. But we do have parts in development, as you can see. We've got 4 parts going through the design process. So when they are ready, hopefully we can find a bit of performance, but we're not likely to see any upgrades until maybe China. Hopefully, we might get one on the car for Melbourne, but I think China's probably more likely. Let's have a quick look-see at our mentality hub. Everyone is now at least neutral, so nobody's negative anymore, which is good. So far, Lawson's biggest issue is me, apparently. Thanks. Let's have a look at Teo. Teo's biggest issue is the team performance and his personal situation. So he's unhappy with his race result, but he's fine with his contract, he's fine with his qualifying results. Oh no, he's not unhappy with me. He's happy with, he's okay with his qualifying, and very happy with personal qualifying in general and his salary. He actually quite likes me. He's happy with the fact that I'm upgrading the car. That's good to see. What about our staff? How do they think I'm doing? Again, they're unhappy with the car performance, other staff, drivers. I'm assuming that they're all going to gain kind of a shared relationship as they spend more time working with each other, and so the other staff will improve. Maybe it's just because their rankings are really low, so they're unhappy that we've got untalented people, and it's untalented people complaining that we've got untalented people. I don't know. Maybe the only way to really boost that is to get better trained staff in, either through intense training with a high value team hub, or just replacing them with better staff, or combination of both. Don't know why they're unhappy with the drivers. I can understand why they're unhappy with the facilities. Okay, fair enough. What do we have financially? 3.37 mil. We're going to hang on to that, I think. Let me quickly check. We are building these facilities. Doesn't tell me how long they've got left. 8 days to go on the helipads, 8 days on the tour centre. We are building a hospitality area, a memorabilia upgrade. Would be nice, but not really money we can afford to spend at this stage. So instead, we'll just skip forward. Got a brand new ATR period, and our race sim is now done. How much is that going to cost to upgrade? Nearly 2 million. That's quite pricey. It's very pricey, considering that we don't really have any money. We've got parts that are going to drop in this month as well, so I need to make sure we have money for that. So we will not spend any money yet, but obviously we want to try and get our race sim and our team hub upgraded quickly if we can. Let's check in with our inbox. So Laurent is just letting us know that we have a new ATR. Good amount of hours available. Now you can see we're now getting an extra 10% on our weekly development, which is good. Moving on. So we're heading to the fastest circuit on the calendar in Saudi Arabia. Strategy prep. Well suited to medium speed performance, which we do not have. We're predicting the best strategy for this is going to be a one-stop. Historically, the chance of a safety car here is 66%. Now, actually, I ran this race last night on Ferrari, and I got flashbacks to Melbourne this year because I had 3 red flags, and all of them were pretty close. I had 1 red flag, and then I think 2 laps after the restart, I had another red flag. And then on the restart, we got into turn 1, there was a crash behind me, and there was another red flag. It was just the most bizarre thing. And it all happened with about 10 laps to go. Very, very weird. I did save the footage, I think, but I haven't had the chance to review it yet. I might see if I can put some highlights together for that one, just because very, very weird. You know, like I said, flashbacks of Melbourne. Now are the current standings. As you can see, Max is leading from the 2 Ferraris. Then it's Perez 4th ahead of the 2 McLarens. And then Hamilton, Alonso, Russell and Tsunoda. McLaren are currently 3rd in the Constructors behind Ferrari and Red Bull. Quite close between those 2 teams there. Let's see if anything changes going into tonight's race. Let's set some targets. We're going to go with the lowest settings. So we're going to go with 21 on both drivers. We don't actually lose money if we fail these objectives. And it only allows us to set race targets. There's no quali targets anymore. But if we do achieve these targets, then obviously we'll get a nice little payout. I still think Lawson is potentially slightly slower than Porsche. So I'm setting them both at 21st and just see who wins that battle tonight. We'll see.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're on the shores of the Red Sea in the shade of Jeddah's skyscrapers. This might be a dream setting, but as we know, in Formula One, not all dreams come true.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And as the final round begins, what a season it's been.
Okay then.
It's not the final round of the season. Oh dear, Karun, you've completely lost the plot. Looks like Red Bull will be throwing another junior into the car again in FP1. We are not doing that. Let's go with an 8, a 12, 8.2, 3.5 and a 0. We'll go 18 laps of fuel, drop those pace settings down. What do our performance partners look like? Oh wow, the gearbox has taken a bit of punishment already. Engine down to 88%. We did do a lot of running at Bahrain, not just in the race, but obviously practice as well. ERS holding up quite nicely at the moment. Let's do Lawson's car. We'll go a little bit different on this one. We'll go 7, 11.5. Go 9.1, and again I'll go 3.5 and 0. There we go. Let's send them out. How you doing, Derek? Good to see you.
Check. Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, that is a sexy looking car. It does look that little bit cleaner with the reworked sponsors.
Radio check.
Looks more like a proper race car as well.
Copy. Copy.
Evening, Jacob. Yeah, she's a thing of beauty, isn't she? All right, let's speed time up. You went for free agents in your save, Schumacher and Pato O'Ward. Yeah,
I'm not fully ready, okay?
technically Schumacher's not a free agent. And technically Pato O'Ward isn't either. they're both tied to specific teams. O'Ward for McLaren and Schumacher for Mercedes. But I understand what you mean. Yeah, I mean, this is essentially what we've done. We went with Pourchaire and Lawson, so... Oh, look at the difference there. 0.04 of a second difference between the two of them. 0.01 of a second difference between the two of them. They are really finely matched, aren't they? It's kind of, again, when we're running slow like this, we have to keep pulling over for traffic or, you know, being harassed by traffic. It's hard to get a measure of consistency lap on lap. But it is encouraging to see that the two of them are very similar in pace. There we go. Again, just 21 thousandths of a second between the two of them on that last lap. All right. First bit of feedback. 71 and 86. So there's definitely room for improvement there.
Feedback for now?
There was no issues.
Yeah, copy.
Jacob was able to get points with his cricket team at China, thanks to a three-way crash. What have you got for your team? You know, what settings did you go with? Who's your driver lineup? Let's just go with that and see if that works. A bit more needed here. Let's go to an 11. 7, 11, 9, 1. Again, I'm just going to go with that. Put everything to 1 and went with Maloney and Behrman. Nice. I think most people are probably going to, you know, go for the hard challenge. You know, it adds some longevity into the game. I'm not pushing ahead too far because I'm waiting to see whether or not patches are going to force us to do a restart. They did push out a patch for the Switch today, and they also strongly advised that team managers start a new save. So I'm hopeful that's not going to be necessary with the console versions, but we'll see. If it does, what we'll probably do is just sim through the first 2 races, or the first few races, just to get back to where we were before the patch. And then pick it up from that point there, because I don't think it's going to make much of a real difference in terms of where we're going to finish in the Grand Prix. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. We did get some contract news today. It is official that Ocon has signed with Haas on a multi-year deal. So that could be a really good signing for Haas, but it could also be problematic for both of its drivers. If Ocon is beaten consistently by Behrman, where is Ocon going to go from there? And if Behrman can't get close to Ocon, that could be the end of his Ferrari journey, because they're obviously grooming him as a long-term replacement for Hamilton, who's going to be at Ferrari for 3 years. Whether he stays after that is another matter, as we get both of our cars up to 100% there. Very nice. But if Behrman is being comfortably outpaced by Ocon, which I don't think he will be, to be fair, but if he is, then that could be a big blow to his chances of getting in a Ferrari. There is also the potential for fireworks. We know what Ocon's like with his teammates. He has a tendency to rub them the wrong way and rub up against their cars in the wrong way as well. So, yeah, it could be fireworks. As it was Hajar. In fact, look at this. A lot of young drivers in the first session. Hajar and Goethe both in for Red Bull. Schwartzman and Behrman. Piastri was the first named driver in the standings there. Then George, Lewis, Tsunoda, Alonso, Crawford in for Stroll, Ocon, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Zhou, Colapinto in for Albon there. Kush in for who was he sitting? For Gasly. Chloe in for Haas, and in for Hulkenberg there. So we're seeing a lot more use of younger drivers already in this game. Let's go with 25 laps of fuel. Setups are done already. That is excellent news for us. Don't have to worry about that. We can just run and be done with it. I did test the simulate session by putting in instructions and then clicking simulate, and it just completely disregarded the instructions I put in and the changes that I've made to the setup as well. So I don't recommend that if you want to have, full control over how the drivers approach the session, because they'll just disregard it and go with whatever they want to do. It left me with one less set of soft tyres for George at this race when I tested it with Mercedes. And less running for Hamilton than I'd wanted as well. How you doing, Wayne? How you doing, Army? Again, very little to separate the two drivers. They are very, very closely matched here. Bit of fluctuation in their times as the Astons were coming through. There you go, look at that, see? Just 38 thousandths between them. Evening, George. Have I seen the reports of Logan and Vowles? No, I haven't. What are the reports? The ERS, which is better, top off or harvest? In what situation? In this situation, harvest. Logan and Vowles aren't on speaking terms, and all communications being done through the American sponsors. I can understand that to a degree, if that's correct. Sargent has been really treated a little bit like a second-class driver at times this season. There's been a lot of pressure on him, and I guess he feels he hasn't had the backing of the team, you know, with the constant questioning of his seat. The fact that Williams have made no secret of their attempts to try and sign Sainz. You know, he knows he has no real confidence from the team because they are actively trying to replace him, even though they haven't announced that he's definitely leaving the team at the end of the year. It looks like he's, you know, he feels that he's going to be just a bit of an afterthought unless they can't get who they want, in which case they might keep him for one more year. So I can understand exactly why things are broken down there. In the race, it's whether you're trying to get some battery in the car or not, George. I mean, if you're trying to put battery in the car and you're able to run close, run harvest for a little bit here and there and a little bit there, but you know, you'll lose a lot of time in the long haul doing that. Makes you want to use Sargent for a greater team, like a storyline sort of thing. Yeah, I'm considering getting my own personal team up and running and using Sargent and Schumacher as my driver lineup.
Working on those brakes and tires.
Copy. Copy.
Hefty repair bill coming my way with those two. Yes, well, in reality, yes, but maybe not so much in the game. Who knows? I mean, we haven't had any disasters with our drivers yet. Touch wood. One of the good things, I suppose, about having no pace at the moment is that our drivers are less likely to get involved in scraps with other drivers and collide with them. Although, you know, as a long-term strategy, it's not really a good one. We're going to avoid crashing the car into other cars by being way too slow to keep up with them. I don't think that is going to please the board or the sponsors. There we go. That's our drivers prepped and ready. They're going in with full confidence tonight. Will be nice. Now we just need to wait out the clock. Let's take a look at the state of our car against our rivals while we're looking. So we're behind a little bit on gearbox. Engine's about a little bit down as well. Has anyone had a really big problem with their car yet? Doesn't look like it now. Nick was always going to struggle to live up to the name. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, when your father is a 7-time world champion and regarded as one of the greatest drivers in the sport's history, then yeah, that's a hell of a lot to live up to. But it's also a different time as well. I mean, the pressure on young drivers to perform is higher than it's ever been. Because it's so much more expensive to get into racing than it ever was before. So backers demand, results. Even if you've got a large personal fortune, it's not always a guarantee. I mean, it's worked out nicely for Stroll, but he hasn't achieved anything of any real note. Bar a couple of very nice little finishes. And it's nice to see 100s across the board. Love it. And that means our drivers will just be starting in high confidence. Can they stay there, though? That is the question.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Jeddah's high-speed street circuit is rather prone to yellow and red flags during qualifying, as drivers and walls often meet. Strategists will be looking for the perfect gap, but need to make sure drivers get their lap in.
Now, we've got the Haas driver there. Karun, how are they going to be feeling today?
Now this is a driver with confidence, and that's clear from their performance today. But will that confidence pay off? We'll have to wait and see.
So don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
Yeah, blame nose, right. Let's get into qualifying. Let's see what we got tyre-wise. Once again, I'm going to do a couple of flying laps on the mediums to get us started, just to get a baseline of confidence in. Try and save the softs a little bit. We've got a set locked ready for the race. We've got a set of hards locked for the race. And then we'll probably end up with loads of softs as well. But actually, you know what? Why am I going with those? Let's keep the mediums. We're not going to be getting... I doubt we're going to be getting out of Q1. So let's just see what we can do with softs. But we will go 2 flying laps. looking at our driver stats. Yeah, Lawson does have that better accuracy and braking. Less cornering though. Alright, out they go.
Green, 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 green.
He's done decent with Endurance Championship. Yeah, I mean, it's not to say that Schumacher's not a talented driver. It's just, I think his ship has sailed as far as Formula One goes. I think there isn't the buzz around him anymore.
Suzuka, you need to warm up.
Copy.
So he just doesn't get considered. You know, when you look at bringing in a new driver, then you know the buzz is around drivers like Behrman, like Jack Doohan, like Porsche. His name doesn't really come into the conversation. It's the same with Drugovich. I don't think Drugovich is ever going to make it to the grid either. I think the ship has sailed as far as he goes. So yeah, it's harder than ever to get into Formula One. And it's harder than ever to stay in Formula One when you're a young talent. But he can certainly have a successful career outside of Formula One. This is another reason why I'm so frustrated that, you know, Andretti's application was turned down and we don't have 11 teams on the grid for real. Because it would have given 2 seats for other drivers. It would have, you know, given more opportunities for young drivers to make their mark.
Clear ahead. Okay, let's go.
Lawson is going to get a clean entrance to the start of the lap. That's good. So let's see what the splits look like between our two drivers on this first of 2 laps. .33.5. Lawson gets 33.7. So 1.7 tenths between them at the moment. .28.3 in the middle. Make sure that Williams doesn't get in Lawson's way. .28.4. Engines sound different. We've got different sounding engines. And there we go. We are 7 tenths off of Valtteri Bottas with Porsche. He's 2 tenths clear of Lawson. We've got another run to go yet, though. See how they do on the next lap. Some drivers have excellent careers in other categories, but don't really do a lot in F1, like Hartley. Yeah, like I said, yeah. As an American, just got to say, as a joke, let them come to IndyCar because I'll have a better chance of seeing them. Yeah, no, well, Porsche is back in the McLaren team again, replacing one of his former teammate who was injured. So it's just a temporary thing, I think. But now we get to see him go head-to-head against the guy they kicked him out of the team for. So that'll be an interesting little side-by-side there. Track position bad for Lawson. No one ahead. No one behind. I don't know why it tracked. Well, we've got a few cars coming out, so that's not good. Just see if we can get through these opening corners without being held up. So slow through this opening sector because we've got no downforce on this car. Neither driver's improved in the opening sector. No improvement in the middle sectors either. The RB gets out of the way. Now it's going to get in the way, I think.
Completely blocked me.
P7 currently.
Complaining he got blocked. Alright, let's have a look. So, how much slower was that lap? Half a second slower. Down 600ths or so in the first sector. Down just under a tenth in the middle sector. And then just down nearly 4/10 in the final sector. Tyres given up by that point, I think. For Lawson, down almost a tenth in the first. Down half a tenth in the middle, and down half a second in the final. So yeah, I think the tyres gave up.
Don't get out of the way.
He's still complaining about getting held up. Max 2.0. All right, we've got plenty of time. We're going to go with another run towards the end of the session on new tyres, just one lap. On the off chance we can actually get through, I want to have some tyres available to try and improve in the next session. Got to change the fuel load, we'll do that in a second. There we go. Let's speed time up. See how far we sink. We are quicker than Joe. Barely. 3 seconds off the pace of the Red Bulls. So let's see, Hulkenberg on an outlap, Bottas on an outlap, Tsunoda on an outlap. It's a little too early to go just yet. Evening, Marcel. We're going to start going out in just a moment. Just wait for that Ferrari to come through. Right, now we're going to start to see some movement in the garage. Again, not going for the slipstream because I just don't think our dirty air performance will really allow us to stay close where we need to, and it will probably do more harm than good. So one final run. Porsche currently 19th. Lawson wedged at the bottom. How far behind is he? 10th and a half behind Joe.
Could be a bit of traffic there. Have a good one.
Right, we've got a couple of cars exiting the pits, unfortunately. Got an improvement from Lawson in the first sector. Stay with him. No improvement in the middle, but Porsche found a little in the middle. It's going to be down to this final sector. Here he is coming around the final corner. Maybe it was a car boxing that I saw in front of us, so I haven't seen any traffic getting in the way. No improvement for either driver, I don't think. Let's see. Oh no, Porsche did improve fractionally. He went a tenth quicker. Lawson was a tenth slower. Okay, so it looks like Porsche has a bit of an advantage here. But 20th and 21st, at least Joe isn't going to improve. So 20th and 22nd. We're not completely last, but we're pretty much. And Gasly is nearly half a second clear of us. So, yeah, that is going to be another long and painful race. All right, so let's have a look at the Q3 results. Pole position goes to Max, who has topped every session. Then it's Lando second, Leclerc and Sainz in third and fourth, locking out the second row. Red Bull's Perez is fifth, ahead of Piastri in sixth. Hamilton and Alonso 7th and 8th ahead of Sonoda 9th. Russell taking 10th. And then let's have a look a bit further down. 11th, we've got Stroll, then Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Albon, Sargent, the last of the runners in Q2, and then Bottas, Ocon, Gasly, Pourchaire, Zhou, and Lawson eliminated in Q1.
The drivers are getting ready here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights.
Jeddah street circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021.
Jeddah Corniche circuit is hot and high-powered, demanding speed for the straights and a high grip level through corners that are tight to the barriers. Starting tyre choices will be crucial here, with teams ever mindful of opportunities that a safety car could give. The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
This is going to be rough. It's going to be very rough. It's going to be a one-stop. It's going to be softs to... Oh, wow. We don't have the tyre wear to go softs to mediums. So... softs to hards is the strategy we could make work. I am curious though. Let's look at doing a two-stop. We have got extra soft tyres. Might be able to sneak a decent pit stop in. Get some extra points in the competition. It's 1 second slower than the one stop, but if we get safety cars, might be beneficial. We'll go with that, and we'll go with that for Lawson, I think. I actually had a two-stop programmed in. Okay, that's a surprise. That's actually 1 second quicker than his one stop. He doesn't really have the tyre wear, unfortunately, I think, so we'll have to go with that as well. Alright, we are going to underfuel by 2 laps. And let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. And there's always a sense of excitement when it comes to talking about Max Verstappen.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
Probably.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So we're not going to go very aggressive at the start here. There's no contact, I do not know. Zhou has jumped through. Not at all surprised by that. Just going to see if we can just settle down into a rhythm. I'm going to switch them over because I do not want Pourchaire losing any more confidence.
Copy.
this early in the Grand Prix. He's already lost a bit, as you can see. Lawson has actually gained a little bit, and we don't want that to disappear. We're going to try and slowly increase our pace over the next few laps. Right now we're setting personal best sectors in every sector. We're going to be doing that for the next couple of laps as the fuel burns off and the confidence continues to increase from setting those personal bests. And then when we hit the battery or turn the tyres up, we'll get another round of personal best sectors, which will give us more little nudges of confidence. Like that. So we'll just keep a watching brief on the gap to show. The RS is now active, so we should probably turn the batteries up. Let's turn off battle assist.
Copy.
And then we'll turn the tyres up on the next lap as well.
More faith, man.
Well, let's see if we can start to close that gap back down now to Zhou and Gasly. And already there's a train forming behind Valtteri that's dropping away from the cars in front. We're about to join the back of that little group. The front runners have broken away as well. Alonso has dropped to about 3 seconds behind. We are still setting personal best sectors. See, that confidence has almost completely rebounded for Porsche now, to the point where I'm now going to turn off the don't fight teammate. Let them start to overtake each other. Get the slingshots.
Copy.
Wow, Porsche gained very little at all for that overtake. And lost a lot for Lawson being overtaken. If that is the case, then we really don't want them fighting. My plan of letting them slingshot past each other,
I couldn't do it.
not a good one, it would seem.
Copy. Copy.
so close to getting back into the DRS. Let's keep pushing a little bit more. We've already got a big tyre advantage. They really have gone hell for leather in those opening laps, the cars in front of us. Porsche is so close to getting DRS. Let's just give them everything we've got left.
Good pressure.
Copy. Copy.
Yeah, we just lost a huge amount of time there. Lost almost a second in that final sector. And now we've got a big gap to try and close back up again.
Copy that, copy. Okay, copy.
Given the tyre wear of some of those cars in front of us, I guess we're not the only ones on a two-stop here. Looks like Joe is definitely two-stopping. Probably Ocon and Gasly as well. Hulkenberg and Bottas might also be two-stopping. Magnussen's tyres are non-existent. The Astries are struggling a little bit as well. Right now I am kind of struggling to keep the pace up. Oh, we've got a yellow flag already. Oh, Sargent has an issue. And a safety car. Oh, yeah, I can see where he's got an issue. His car is sideways. That's the issue. Oh, that's a big hit. That's a retirement. It's a full safety car as well. So I think we're going to change our strategy here. We're going to go onto a set of hards, box now. And go to that. Unless I can make a set of mediums go that long. A couple of laps behind the safety car, I might be able to pull that off. Don't know if I can do it for Lawson though. His tyre wear is definitely worse. Yeah, I think I can. I don't think I'm close enough to get them to the pits. So let's go on to a set of mediums. Might get one of them if I'm lucky. No, he's gone past the entrance of the pits. So they're both going to go around, do another lap. We can use this to save that fuel, rebuild those batteries. Some cars are boxed already. Now, yeah, that is a definite retirement for Sargent here. Objective for the race met. Yes. doesn't matter which car finishes ahead of the other one, we will achieve 21st or better for both drivers, unless something horrible happens. Has there been any chaos in the pit lane? I don't know if they were close enough to snack. I don't think they were. Maybe Ocon actually might have lost out a bit. I don't know if we're going to gain anything on those cars that have already boxed. Gasly went hards, mediums for everyone else. Is anyone else going to dive in the pits? Magnussen's going to box, I'm sure of that. And we might see Perez and Piastri box. Hulkenberg will probably box. Those guys had already gone through before the safety car. We love objective money. Yes. We love any money at this stage because we don't really have much. So let's have a look. Is Magnussen? Oh, they are. They're all the leaders are boxing. And they're going mediums as well. Some teams are going to get held. It's not worked out for Leclerc. It really hasn't worked out for Leclerc. He's lost his place. Piastri is dropping like a stone. I could have stayed out and tried to gain some track position, I suppose, but we would have just got absolutely hammered by the cars in front of us coming through, and it would have destroyed our confidence. All right, our first double stop. .9. It's not a quick stop, is it? 2.7. It's a little bit better. And we are going to come out ahead of Joe. Nice. So Porsche has actually gained a couple of places there. Lawson didn't, but I didn't expect him to. Having to snack up. And Russell is currently in the lead. I think he stayed out. Whole bunch of cars on hard tyres there. From a little bit of playtesting, I have come to realise that if you don't have a programmed strategy, then the tyres will stay at whatever push level that they were when you went into the pits. So if you're pushing at level 5, box for an unscheduled stop or outside of your strategy window, when you come out you'll still be at level 5, but if you have a strategy programmed in and you're in that window and you box, you'll come out at whatever strategy level you had, which is why we went in at 1 star, came out on 3 star, because that's what's programmed in, which is why I've just had to manually drop them back down to 1 star on their push on the tyres. It's times like this I do kind of wish we could actually ride on board the safety car and look, use the rear view of the safety car and see the whole pack behind. I think we definitely made the right call by underfueling. 66% chance of a safety car, and we got it in 6 laps. was just thinking, what if I were to go back onto a set of softs? But A, I don't know if I actually have another set of softs, and B, I wouldn't be able to make them work anyway. I don't think. Yeah, I don't have another new set of softs. So, Porsche's confidence is back at its default level, as is Lawson's, but that's good because they are both just inside high confidence. Let's get some beauty shots of our car higher than it probably should be. In the 18th place right now.
Copy.
And I'm going to tell our drivers to just protect
Copy.
the engine and components
Copy that.
while we're behind the safety car. What's my prediction for the race coming up this weekend? It's going to be interesting. Depends if anyone's bringing any big upgrades for Spa. It also depends on the weather as well. I mean, Spa generally isn't amazingly hot, so I mean that could favour Mercedes. McLaren are obviously going to be strong. Red Bull are going to be strong. Hopefully Ferrari can get themselves back in the picture a little bit. It's going to be a feisty weekend, I think. But I think it's mainly just going to be a battle between the Red Bulls and the McLarens. And when I say the Red Bulls, I mean Max, because let's face it, Perez ain't going to do shit this weekend, I don't think. Giovinazzi or Pato for driver 2? Who's driver 1?
Ready for restart.
Okay.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Copy. Copy.
All right, restart is a coming.
Copy, copy. Copy.
Safety is in the building.
Driver 1 is Mick.
From the line.
Okay, copy.
Pato's younger. He's going to improve more. Giovinazzi's north of 30 now, I think. You're not going to get much in the way of development from him, but he will be a more consistent driver, potentially.
Just do your best. Come on.
Copy, copy.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Someone's gone off. There we go. That's Hulkenberg running wide. At end of season 1, will I change my car livery? I'll probably refresh it slightly, but not the colour scheme. That is our default colour scheme.
I'm trying to go faster. Come on.
Just want to make sure we stay close and maybe get a sniff of a DRS overtake.
Okay, copy.
We might even drop Joe here. That's it, I'm out of battery.
Copy, copy. Copy.
Evening, Clark. There we go, Porsche is through on Gasly.
Keep doing what you were doing. You're doing a great job.
The question is now, can I stay ahead? The answer is probably not. No battery deployment in the final turn there. Will the ERS save us? So the DRS save us? I seriously doubt
Try
it.
to keep the tires good.
Copy.
Porsche has been overtaken. Yeah, I wasn't going to fight that arse off. They're all just lining up to get me there, look. Was I able to hold off both of them? No.
Awesome.
Both Alpines got through again. So that's probably had a big hit to my confidence. Yeah, there we go, look. Go back into battle assist now that we're in traffic. We're only realistically in a fight with Joe tonight. Everyone else is going to be too quick for us, I think. Have I played around with the Dazzle Effect paint job? No. Can I bring in new drivers? If I wanted to, yeah. I don't know if I will. At some point I'll probably try and sign better drivers, but not for a little while. Is that another safety car? It is.
Copy, good.
And it looks as though there's been an incident for Lance Stroll.
Yeah, crash.
Yeah, no shit. Stroll being Stroll. And that is another retirement.
Copy.
Hit me now.
Copy that. Copy. Copy. Copy.
Try and cool down the engines. Will it be Yuki doing a Yuki next? It could well be, Patkins. It could well be. He is very close to Lewis at the moment.
The car is on the wall.
I'm assuming that's feedback from Stroll.
What's up?
Yeah, that's some terminal damage to Stroll's car there. Quite possibly a destroyed suspension or chassis. And I've been trying to do a little bit of exploring with some of the other drivers and engineers in terms of having a look at their stats. I haven't done much yet, but I tell you what, Marcus Studley, hell of an engineer. Definitely one you should consider if you can afford him and think you can keep him. He is a bit of a beast this year. Our scout's currently on a tour, so we can't use them for another few weeks. But we're going to check out some of the other race engineers once they come back. So, yeah, 2 VSCs. Is it 2 VSCs? We've had a full safety car and we've got a VSC. I think that's it, actually. Those 2 incidents. Yeah. But that's quite a lot already in the opening 13 laps of the Grand Prix. What season do I think I'll catch Red Bull? I have no idea if I'm ever going to catch them. I mean, at some point I will. I have no doubt of that. It's just how long it takes, I don't know. I don't even know how quickly we're going to be able to break out of Q1 on a consistent basis. I don't know how we're, when we're going to run out of money this year. So it is going to happen at some point. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, copy. Copy that.
So I don't know how much progress we can make on this year's car before that budget runs out.
Copy, copy. Copy.
Right, how's tyre wear looking? Pretty damn good. Hulkenberg's tyres are trash, but he did have that big lock-up.
Yeah, copy.
Definitely got an advantage over the other medium runners. They're going to have to do some tyre saving later. If we can just stay with them for now, we might have the opportunity of actually lapping a bit quicker than them as the race progresses. Pace is picking up, so we need to give Lawson a little nudge as well. We're almost confirmed with DRS. Let's give a little squirt of extra tyre.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Give him a refill. Lawson has dropped off the back as well. Let's give him a little squirt too. I think Joe's got the run on us.
Copy, copy.
Yes.
Is your car wide? Easy, mate, easy.
Copy.
All of a sudden, we've caught Gasly. Let's go back into neutral.
Okay, copy, copy.
Lawson, get yourself back in. And we've dropped again. We're losing so much time in that first sector.
Copy. Okay.
Fighting behind.
So we held off Joe. Can we do the same with Hulkenberg? Here he comes. Got him covered so far. And that's allowed Lawson to get back towards the DRS without really having to push. And yeah, instantly Hulkenberg steams past us. Joe's going to have a look as well.
See what you can do, mate.
But we do defend against Joe. So Porsche's confidence, it's not great, but it's not horrendous. Not like last night. Lawson's confidence almost back to default level. And he is now back on the train. And we are basically just going to drive defensively, I think, because we're not going to be contending for anything other than just fighting with Joe. The cars in front are just too quick for us. So we can at least finish ahead of Joe. I will feel that will be an achievement. We've already achieved our sponsors requests, which is to get both cars to finish 21st or higher. Thanks to Stroll and Sargent, putting it in the wall. Joe's got us here. Oh, no. We shut him down there. Will he have a lunge? He will. Okay, so let's now turn... his confidence has gone down. Let's turn off that, go to neutral.
Copy, copy.
And Hulkenberg's in the pits already. Getting rid of those tyres. So is this hards to the... He's going softs. So he must be going for another set of softs after this, surely. Because they won't do 30 laps.
We can recover it, okay?
Copy.
I can't wait for the day where we actually don't lose massively every time we get an overtake on us in terms of confidence, and we actually gain a lot when we do make an overtake, and that day can't come soon enough. Because Porsche's confidence right now has taken 2 big hits just for being overtaken and then failing to make an overtake. throttle him for his scheduled stop. He should be going to the end now. And he gets out just in front of Esteban Ocon. And somebody remind me tomorrow to do an inspection of Stroll and Sargent's cars. I want to see how bad their powertrains have taken, how much they've suffered in terms of damage from their collisions tonight.
Copy, copy.
Because I may well forget. We're 20 laps down and we're only 2 seconds off the back of Zhou. So we're not doing too bad. We're certainly doing better than we did last night. Although the safety car certainly helped. Zhou's going to be boxing soon. I'm guessing he's going to go for another set of mediums. Let's see if we can get our drivers past him before that happens. One thing I did want to check, just out of curiosity. Do I have another set of mediums? I didn't think I did. Oh, I do. Ooh, okay. Is that the same for both? I do. Ooh, okay. That changes things a little bit. So I was going to go hard tyres and push the hards and see what happens, but yeah, let's do it. I think I'll go slightly different with Lawson. Now all of a sudden he doesn't have another set of mediums. Why do I not have another set of mediums all of a sudden? I thought I did. I do. Why won't it show me those tyres? God damn it. Alright, I'm going to have to program the strategy in on Porsche. Figure out when to stop. Lap 28. Maybe lap 29.
Copy.
So let's pick up the pace.
There we go. Little bit of a refresh on our strategy. Lawson is already onto the back of Zhou. Look how little we got there for an overtake. That's ridiculous. We barely got anything at all in terms of confidence. That's pretty pathetic.
Copy.
Copy.
Let's go hunting with Porsche now.
Ahead. Four seconds now.
Copy.
Oh, are you kidding? Another safety car. Well, in that case, we box this lap. It's all kicking off here tonight, isn't it? Hamilton has immediately dived into the pit. Oh, no, Verstappen, sorry. Has dived in. It's Leclerc. What's happened to Charles Leclerc? He's done a Logan.
Try to keep the tires cool.
And it's a full-on safety car as well.
Okay, full safety car, full safety car. Keep following Delta.
Copy.
Just got pushed into the wall. And then Max is like, yeah, I'm diving into the pits.
It's
He
not
dived
going
in
the way
instantly.
the team had hoped today. That is for sure.
That was an instant reaction from the AI there.
Hey, come on! What the?
My God, if this keeps up, we might actually get some points tonight. We haven't even hit half distance yet. We've had 3 retirements, a virtual safety car, and 2 full safety cars. I mean, we're not going to get points, but that's another car that we need to inspect next time out as well for damage. Once again, the whole field is boxing. Another double stack. That was not on your list for people likely to bin it. No, mine neither. What's going on? Why were we held for show? Come on. A 2.6 second stop and we were held for show. Ah. And now we're going to have way too much fuel. So Hamilton leads. He stayed out. He doesn't have another set of hards, I'm guessing. That's why.
Don't go crazy in the rears.
Copy that.
So he's going to drop down the order pretty quickly, I think. But he will be quick at the end. because he'll no doubt go onto a set of softs towards the end of the Grand Prix. Anyone else stayed out? Hulkenberg stayed out. Well, he's kind of got to, really. Everyone else has got... Well, Russell, I don't think has stopped either, or he's put on a set of lightly scrubbed mediums as he has. No, we saw Russell make his stop a couple of laps ago, didn't we? So, yeah. We're going to see yet more drama. A slow Hamilton could actually cause more accidents. There could be more safety cars yet. Going to be a tough file, this one. Yeah, this first year is going to be painful. But then our first year with AlphaTauri wasn't great when we did hardcore mode. It took 3 years to get our first podium, which turned out to be a win. I think it was our first podium. It was certainly our first win. It took 3 years. And it took us 5 years to suddenly be in a position to, win the title. And that was only because of the really big regulation change that happened at the end of year 3. So year 4 made us competitive, but not quite competitive enough. Year 5, we really, went for it. I don't know what the regulation changes are going to be like in this game yet. So I'm assuming they're probably going to be the same. It's just a question of when they come. So, at some point in the next couple of seasons, we are going to get a big field reset set of regulations come through, I think. And at that point, we have a really good chance of becoming competitive. But before that, I just don't know. Kind of wish I'd gambled for a little bit more sponsor money. And like I say, when I did my race here with Ferrari last night, I had 3 red flags in the space of 4 laps. So it's entirely, and that was in the second half of the race as well. So it's entirely possible we may yet get some real carnage. We've already had a fair bit of drama.
Okay, copy.
We are still, unfortunately, way at the back. We're not going to get a lap tonight. We've made it to half distance and we're still in the train, thanks to the safety cars. But look how much extra fuel we've got now. 5 kilos of extra fuel. We started 5 kilos, 4 and a bit kilos under-fueled. We are pushing the temperatures of the engines a bit higher than I would like, unfortunately, but I just don't want to end up with 10 kilos of spare fuel, which if we get more issues like this is probably an inevitability.
Looking good for me.
Well, I've got my drivers in driving clean air instruction. Try and minimise some of the temperature from the car in front. Oh, here we go.
Remain safety car in this one, confirm. Make sure rears are ready for the start.
Copy, copy. Copy.
As the safety car accelerates ahead to peel off into the pits, Hamilton is going to lead them around the final turn.
Safety is in the pit. Remember overtaking from
Hasn't made the break yet. And there he goes. He's off. No one can overtake till they cross the start-finish line. And it's a good restart for Sainz. He gets up the inside of Verstappen, and he will, hopefully, I think, complete that move. He does. And Max now under pressure from Norris, and Norris gets through. Terrible restart for Max there. He's on hards against mediums. That might well explain it. I'm expecting Lewis to start dropping down the order very quickly. Oh. Need to turn those off.
Copy. Copy.
And there goes Sainz. Now surely Norris will follow through. Max is picking up pace again.
Here is one.
Copy.
Just close back up to the train. Sainz has already got the 1 second he needed to break away from Hamilton. So Sainz has got a nice, good head start. Norris will get through very quickly. He's all over the back of Lewis at the moment. And Verstappen is lurking there as well. Everyone except Hulkenberg and Hamilton are probably going to go to the end here. Maybe Ricciardo and Albon might need to box again as well. I don't know. But everyone who's on mediums or hards, with the exception of Hamilton, who's on very worn hards, will be going to the end, I think. Hamilton's already 3 seconds behind Sainz. And it's just a matter of time. There goes Norris. Sainz just blitzes the field, a 132.0. And Hamilton's already almost a second off the back of Norris. The two Red Bulls fighting behind. And Perez tries to get the jump on his teammate. Max will shut that shit down pretty quickly.
Okay.
We are just lagging a little bit at the moment. We are starting to catch back up again. Porsche's confidence almost back where it should be. Lawson's slightly above. I'm going to switch them over and rebuild Lawson's battery in a moment.
Copy. 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 Copy.
Engine temps are better now that we're not running in dirty air. We really don't have good cooling. We don't have good anything on this car, but cooling is particularly bad.
Ahead. Focus on yourself.
And again, my objective tonight is simply just to, get at least one car ahead of show, hopefully both.
Okay, copy. Good.
I think anything beyond that is going to be down to a fair bit of luck. Once again, you can see the cars in front pushing their tyres. Hulkenberg's tyres down to 38% already. My God, this man just cannot look after tyres. What is going on? I wonder if they've got if it's a legacy of the Haas last year being atrocious on its tyres has been programmed into this year's version. Because the performance ratings are always based on the first race of the season. And I thought Haas had pretty good tyre wear at Bahrain. Yeah, the softs are definitely stopping again. I don't know about anyone else. In fact, we've got a real chance to actually get past him here.
Copy. Copy.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
I mean, we might as well see if we can get that extra little bit of confidence, and it will be a little bit.
Don't worry about that now.
New fastest lap for Max Verstappen, 1:31.7. And we are through on Hulkenberg.
Good job.
Now we're out of battery. So Porsche, he got pretty much the same amount of confidence for overtaking as he did for a personal best sector. That's pathetic.
Copy. Copy.
Try to get you.
Need to
Get
break that toe. If I can. Can't do it with battery because I haven't got any. So I'm going to have to do it with tyre pace.
You're looking strong out there, mate.
Norris and Max still squabbling away. Sainz still 3 seconds ahead.
just keep the tires cool.
Copy.
I don't think Lawson's going to catch up in time. Yeah, he's into the pits. There we go. He has got a hard tyre. Oh my god. He's going to be pushing those tyres because they're going to go the distance that a set of softs could do. So he's going to be pushing them. The driver and race engineer relationship seems to matter more this year. In terms of mentality, yes, definitely. The relationship definitely helps improve how much confidence is gained and stuff, etc. But that's not really changed from last year. It's just we've got drivers starting with brand new engineers, which means minimal gains. Plus, the engineers themselves have pretty low composure stats. So it's not like when we had, Ben Michel and Ben. And Josh Peckett, who had incredibly high stats for composure, which meant drivers would lose a lot less and gain a lot more. And obviously once that relationship with their drivers solidified, they became essential for keeping the pace of our drivers very high. We don't have that luxury, unfortunately, at this stage. But as the season progresses and the relationship improves, that will hopefully reduce how much confidence we're losing, gain us a little bit more confidence when we do something positive, and hopefully our our engineers' composure stats will improve this season quite a bit as well. I mean, the engineers themselves are young, so there's a chance that they can progress at a good rate, but we're going to need to continually upgrade our team hub to get the best out of that. Lawson's engine overheating at 125 degrees. Porsche's wasn't. It is now. Porsche's was fine at 127. Not sure if that's one of the little bugs that's being addressed. We've still got 4 kilos of fuel to burn off. Another 17 laps to go after this one. Hulkenberg's going to be chasing us down very hard and fast. Hamilton's in. Dropped to 9th place in the end. We've got another yellow flag. Gasly's got another safety car. Oh my god. Alright, we're going to jump on this and we're going to go to a set of softs. Yeah, it's 3 seconds quicker than the mediums. I can just about get them in as well, I think. Which means I have a real chance of getting Porsche out in front of Hulkenberg. I don't know about Lawson. It's about 11 seconds, I think, under a safety car. And, oh my god, all that fuel we burnt off, we're going to get back again. There's Gasly.
Copy.
How you doing, Tiny? So into the final turn, and yeah, he dropped it in the same place, but just bounced back a little bit.
And And for the crew watching on in the garage, that really
Still
must
say,
have been a hard
if this
one to
keeps
top.
happening, points may happen. Depends how much grip we have on these tyres. It might trade off some of that loss of pace we're going to have. So, another double stack. Oh, and that one's a flawless double stack. A 2.5 second stop. 2.8. But got the timing just about right. Can we get out in front of Hulkenberg? Maybe. Yes! Just.
8.7 gap.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, could we crack the top 15 tonight? Let's see. So everyone in front, well, the two in front, Joe and Hamilton, both went for softs. Expect to see Magnussen and Ocon box. Albon's going to box. Ricciardo's going to box. I don't know if anyone else is.
He looks okay. Potential debris.
Oh, Sainz is boxed. My God, Sainz has decided to go for it. He still had a lot of tyre left. And Norris, everyone's boxing. The whole fifth spot. Let's see if Hulkenberg boxes for a new set of softs.
Down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
It is a slow one, but he had enough of a gap that it isn't actually going to hurt him. He's still going to get out in third place. And the safety car will just close that gap right back up again. So everyone in front of us is boxed. I don't think we're close enough to gain anything from that. Yeah. So Sainz did not have brand new softs, nor did Tsunoda or Alonso. Hulkenberg has stayed out. Makes sense. He's just put those on. Russell's gone to hard tyres. Albon's gone to mediums, which I did consider for my own drivers, but I figured, we'll go with the softs. I think Russell could end up dropping a few places early on. Might be able to fight back later. Depends how hard he pushes those tyres, but against softs with hards, that's a big grip disparity. Although much more durability. So for those of you keeping track, that is safety car number 3, or full safety car number 3, 4 if you include the VSC. And we still have 16 laps to go at the end of this lap. Even when it's a race where we're not achieving anything, there's still drama to see. Can you imagine how much money I could have made from the sponsors tonight?
You're working on time for now.
I'm going to be back to about 7 kilos of fuel again by the end of this. Let's again put them into protection mode as best we can. Trying to burn off some of that excess fuel.
Copy that.
I'm not fully ready, okay?
Still haven't caught the pack yet. Now we have.
Okay, mate, copy. Copy.
So the big question now is, will the softs give actually stay ahead of Hulkenberg, or is he going to get back through? It would be so nice not to finish last. Testing the safety car, as he says, John. Yeah, this is safety car number 3, or full safety car number 3. VSC number as well makes it had a full safety car with Stroll, a full safety car with Leclerc, and now a full safety car with Gasly. So saying, I did this race last night with Ferrari, and there were 3 red flags in the space of 4 laps. So, in maybe even 3 laps. Yeah, there's only like, a couple of laps, 2 or 3 laps from the first restart with about this point in the race, I think, maybe a couple of laps later. We had the first red flag. And we went a couple of laps from the restart, and then there was another red flag. And then we went into turn 1, and there was another red flag. So, it was very much echoes of Melbourne. I think I ended up finishing first and third. Can't remember if I managed to get past Max or not in the end. It might have been second or third. All right, 15 laps to go. Tyres are in good shape. Not quite as good as some of the cars in front of us because we boxed a lap before they did. We boxed the second the safety car came out. They had to do another lap. There's that 7 kilos. Fun. I wonder how much fuel the other cars are carrying. Let's have a look at Joe. How much fuel has Joe got on board? 34 kilos. Hulkenberg had 36.5. Yeah, they've got less fuel than we have. That's the downside of having a very economical engine. It's just the amount of fuel we save in these situations is ridiculous. That's why my drivers are pushing on the fuel at the moment, because it slows down just how much I'm accruing. I'm still getting way more than I should and way more than I need, and I'm never going to burn it all off. I'll be lucky if I can get back down to about 5 kilos, I think. Safety car coming in at the end of the lap. We are going to go just normal push. But we are going to push the batteries.
Try to pick up a bit more pace. A bit more pace, man.
Copy, copy.
Copy. Copy that.
And just into the first turn, we're going to turn that off.
Copy.
Safety in, copy. Remember overtaking from the line.
There goes Hulkenberg, shooting up the inside of the pair of us there. Can we get him back? Yes, we can, with one of our cars. Alright, I might as well top up now. Lawson. And there you see, despite the fact that we retook the position, we've still lost a fair chunk of confidence with that temporary lunge from
Copy.
Nico there. More chaos, please. Well, as long as there's other cars providing the chaos, yeah, I'm all for that. I don't want it to be my drivers. They've kept their noses clean. I'd like them to continue to keep their noses clean.
Do your best.
Okay, copy.
We are ready, Nico. Come on, you have more there. So let's try to let you down.
Show's been dropped at the moment. Can he get back in? I think he's trying to. We're just hanging on at the moment through that first sector. This is where we might have a chance.
Okay, copy, copy.
No, and Joe's still in the range, so let's calm things down. Evening, trucker.
Copy.
Are we having a good race? We're having an incident-free race as far as we're concerned. Not so much for the rest of the field. We've had 3 full safety cars and a VSC as well, 4 retirements. We're way ahead of our predicted finish of 21st and 20th. But only because other cars have retired. I'm not going to grumble about that one bit. And Lawson is going to try and sneak through on Hulkenberg. And does. Good job. Good job, Liam. Yeah, he's in don't fight mode. Now, Porsche is being dropped. Let's see if we can just pick the pace up a little bit.
Copy.
Shit, Hulkenberg can have a look and try and get back through again.
Copy box.
Alright, we shut that down. Just.
Copy. Yeah, copy that.
I do not have the pace to stay with Joe at the moment. So I'm going to protect the tyres.
Keep the tires cool.
Copy. Okay, copy.
Copy.
And this time he got me. Yeah.
Copy. No, I'm going fast, mate.
In 2 seconds now. Come on.
Yeah, Hulkenberg is absolutely hammering those tyres. Look at the difference between his tyres and George's. He's pushing them for all they're worth to try and get through. And I'm going to let him go through so I can charge up the battery, and then we will try and go back after him again.
Just focus on yourself now. Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Copy.
He's dropping us. That's annoying. What did Joe do last lap? A 1:34.9. Those two start to squabble in front of us. That might slow them down a bit. So way too much fuel. Look at the temperatures in the engines now, and they're not showing red. I don't know if that's a... Now I've got a moderate risk of fault. Caused by the curbs. So we may encounter an issue in Melbourne. And we're going to have to just push soon just to close the gap back up. Hulkenberg is through. Oh, another crash. It's a red flag. I knew it. I knew we were going to get another issue. I didn't think we'd get a red flag. I was just like, oh, maybe we might do. I was confident we get at least a safety car.
And that's the moment. The car
Points are still potentially on.
Well, following a crash like that, it'll be important now to ensure
I think
that
I'm going to change to the mediums.
cleared from the scene.
Just go brand new tyres and just attack. Let's see what we can do. But it's going to be yet more fuel. We're going to be nearly 10 kilos over fueled now. We are currently 17th and 18th, but that will become 15th and 16th. I don't know, maybe... Maybe just put those softs on. Yeah, let's just go with those. Oh shit, did I actually not change them? I don't know. I hope
We're ready to get this race underway again.
Again. I did.
Out, and away we go.
Copy that.
Okay, good race.
Copy.
Magnussen's still going. I didn't think he was still in the race. So it's just Bottas that retired. Everybody put fresh softs on this time. They're not new for anybody, apart from Joe. Somehow still had an extra set of brand new softs available. But Magnussen's got a 5-second penalty, so if we can just stay close, we can beat Magnussen. Staying close is going to be tricky, but not impossible. Another yellow flag, a safety car. Oh my god, points are a thing. Points are very much potentially a thing. Albon is out. Oh my god, this race is insane. We've got 10.7 spare kilos of fuel. Just can't burn the stuff off.
Not need to over push it.
Copy, copy.
Let's see.
If he'd slid onto the track just a little bit further, that would have been another red flag. Just had a wheel over the curb in the end. Let's see what Albon has to say for himself. Not much. We just need 5 more cars to do that, and we've certainly got enough laps to do. Actually, no, we only need 4 more cars to do that because of Magnussen's penalty. So, if 4 more cars, decide to just yeet themselves into the barrier, you never know.
Laps to go.
Copy. Copy, copy.
This has been such a chaotic race. We're not the ones causing the drama as well, which I find incredible. If only I'd gone for the most risky strategies or the most risky points finishing options with the sponsors, I could have made an absolute fortune tonight. How much brings points? 10th. So Ricciardo is the last points position at the moment. We're running 15th and 16th, but Magnussen has a 5-second penalty for taking out Bottas. He might have damage to his car. Let's have a look, actually. Does he have any damage at all? Doesn't look like he's got wing damage. Oh no, wait, because we had the red flag, didn't we, for that? So any damage he did have on his wing, he would have changed when he changed his tyres. May still have chassis damage or suspension damage, maybe even underfloor damage that we can't see. Let's see if we can dig into the car a little bit more. So yeah, he had a puncture. I'm going to assume that he's got some suspension damage or chassis damage or both. But yeah, there's no way to know, unfortunately. Did he take any engine damage from that? No, his powertrain did not take any damage. We are not currently fuel limited. Yeah, no shit. We got 12.5 kilos of spare fuel on board. I've got more kilos of fuel than there are laps remaining. We're going to get like 3, maybe 4 laps of racing here. Assuming we don't get another big pile up and a red flag. God, can you imagine if we get a red flag on the restart?
Copy.
So I'm assuming the safety car is going to come in this lap, which means we'll have 3 laps. Shame I don't have afterburners to get rid of the fuel. I'm burning it as fast as I can, but because we're in a safety car, we're still gaining. We're up to 13 kilos over fuel now. I started this race, 4 kilos under fuel. And the only fuel saving I did was under the first safety car, the VSC, because I didn't think we were going to get all of this chaos. If I'd known, I wouldn't. This race has been pretty entertaining. Yeah, I mean, we personally haven't provided any entertainment. The rest of the grid's been doing it for us. But, you know, not going to complain too much. Is the car coming in? I don't think it is. I think we're going to go another lap. Maybe more. Oh no, it is coming in. It's just very late call. Gonna save the battery for 1 lap.
Safety car in, this lap confirmed, safety in. You ready?
Copy that.
Let's get him.
Yeah, copy.
Copy.
3 laps to go. 3 laps.
Copy.
We are back underway. Porsche holds off Lawson. Hurts both of their confidence in the end as a result. We are still very much going to get past Magnussen at this stage, thanks to that penalty of his.
2 seconds now. In a long race. Head down.
Still a long race. There's 3 laps left. There's less than 3 laps left. What the hell are you talking about, Poe? came into this Grand Prix thinking that Porsche would have a slight edge over Lawson, and that has borne out as the race has been going on. I know I've swapped them around a couple of times because of batteries and stuff, but Porsche has generally been just a little bit quicker than Liam this weekend. I'm not going to get points unless there's another couple of retirements and I can get multiple overtakes here, but we are going to push.
Copy.
Hold that battery a little bit longer if I can, just to make sure I've definitely got enough for the final turn. Because I don't want to overtake somebody into the final corner and then not have the battery to hold the position in the drag of the line. I've been caught out like that before. And now we're going to push. I hope I haven't left too late.
Come on.
Copy.
Copy.
Yeah, Magnussen must have some damage. Nice. Got a dive bomb.
Great job, mate.
Lawson's going to get him as well. Porsche gets the move done on Joe, but I don't know if I'll hold it. Got enough battery for a lap of full push. I've got more than enough tyres and fuel. Here comes Joe.
Copy.
We fight him off. Can I get Hulkenberg? Can I get 12th? Was there a red flag? Yes, there was. And then there was a safety car after the red flag. We've had 4 full safety cars, a VSC and a red flag tonight. That's just insane.
What you can do, mate.
Alright, let's switch our attention to Lawson. Can we get him past Joe?
Copy.
You were playing earlier and had 3 or 4 red flags. Yeah, I had 3 red flags in the space of like 3 or 4 laps with Ferrari last night. Red flag, restart, 2 laps or so, 2, maybe 3 laps, then a red flag, and then a red flag on the restart in turn 1. On Corniche, you can hold him.
Max Verstappen over the
Yes.
finish line and today's winner.
We're not going to get Joe. But 13th and 15th. So I achieved my objective, which was to beat Joe. I just didn't expect to be beating him this high up the finishing standings. What a crazy race.
And that's another race done for Fernando Alonso.
7th place at the end of that one, and some points for the team.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That's their 2nd win of the season. A brilliant talent who looks so at home on the track.
And finally now, the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I
What
think
do you
their
mean mixed
main
bag? This was a
target now will be
fantastic finish
finding
for us.
some
This might move us
consistency
up
for
in the
sure.
constructors, just simply because we finished as high as we
Okay
did.
then, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us this weekend here in Jeddah.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is a win for Max Verstappen. Sainz in second, up 2 places ahead of Norris, who rounds out the podium, but gets the fastest lap as well. Piastri up 2 places to finish in 4th ahead of Perez. Tsunoda, good result for him, in 6th. Then it's Alonso, Hamilton, Russell and Ricciardo. Good afternoon's work, or evening's work, for RB there. Looking a little bit further down, we've got Alpine in 11th place. 7 places gained for Ocon. Spoiler alert, there were 6 retirements, so most people are going to gain 7 places. Then we've got Nico Hulkenberg in 12th, Pourchaire in 13th place, Joe in 14th, Lawson in 15th, and Magnussen in 16th, and an extra 5 seconds further back because of that penalty. Albon, Bottas, Gasly, Leclerc, Stroll and Sargent all retiring from the race. Sargent bringing out a VSC, Stroll bringing out a safety car, Leclerc bringing out a safety car, Gasly bringing out a safety car, Bottas hit by Magnussen bringing out a red flag, and then shortly after the restart, Albon crashed and we had a safety car. So, yeah, hectic race. Lots of pit stops in the end. How many stops did we make in the end? Let's have a look. There we go. There's the tyre strategy. We made 4 stops. 4-stop race. But 13th place is really good. That, as I say, could move us up in the final standings of the constructors, just simply because we finished in 13th. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship. Max with his 2nd win. No fastest laps for Max yet, though, but he is on 50 points with a pole position as well. Sainz gets his 2nd podium, and he is 13 points further back. Norris moves up into 3rd place, 11 points behind Sainz, 4 points ahead of Sergio Perez in 4th. Piastri in 5th, Leclerc down 3 places, no points for him tonight thanks to putting it in the wall. So he is losing ground quite quickly early on. He's now already 35 points behind Max Verstappen. Hamilton gaining a few points there. He's on 10, tied with Alonso in 8th. And it's Tsunoda moving above George Russell into 9th. Ricciardo gets off the mark. He moves up into 11th. Ocon in 12th. Stroll in 13th, Hulkenberg 14th, Albon in 15th, Pourchaire jumps 6 places up to 16th, then it's Zhou in 17th, Lawson up 2 to 18th, and then it's Sargent down to 19th, Magnussen in 20th, Bottas 21st, and Gasly in 22nd. Let's have a look then. Have we gained places in the constructors? Maybe. Maybe. Red Bull are top. 35 points tonight puts them on 72. They are 20 points clear of Ferrari in 2nd. McLaren a further 6 points back in 3rd on 46 points. Then it's a bit of a gap to Mercedes in 4th. They're on 14 points, 32 points behind, and just 4 points ahead of RB, who move above Aston Martin, tied on points, but RB with a better result. Alpine in 7th. They move up 2 places due to a better finish, but no points yet. Haas stay 8th. Williams drop down 2 places to 9th. We have moved up to 10th. We have overtaken Kick Sauber. Lovely stuff. We are off the bottom, although still no points. Into the pit stops. Did we get anything? We did. We got 6th place with Pourchaire, a 2.5 second stop. I had a feeling that one might get us a couple of points. We got 8 in the end. That's pretty nice. So it's fastest for Max ahead of RB with Tsunoda. McLaren 3rd, Aston 4th, Williams 5th. Then we are in 6th, Mercedes 7th, Aston 8th, RB 9th, Red Bull in 10th. Standings now look like this. Red Bull top with 50 points, 10 points ahead of McLaren, who dropped down into second place. RB stayed third and are now 5 points behind McLaren after gaining a little bit of ground tonight. We move up 2 places into fourth on 17 points, one clear of Aston, who also move up some places, 3 places. Williams tied on 16 points as well, move up 1. Ferrari down to 7th place, as are Alpine down 3 to 8. Mercedes 9th, Haas 10th with no points, but a quicker overall stop, and Sauber bottom with 0 points in 11th. There you see a summary of our stops. 2.9 and 2.7, our first stops, not great. 2.9 again, not good at all. A 2.6, a little bit better for Lawson, then a 2.5 and a 2.8. So pretty poor stops all round for Lawson. 1 good stop for Porsche. Only 3 stops showing because, of course, the 4th tyre change we did was in between laps 21 and 32 when we changed for the red flag. Contract bonuses. Obviously, we don't have any contract bonuses, so not paid out. We only gained 350,000 for that. Like I said, I was extremely conservative, expecting us to get absolutely battered, and well, we didn't. We actually did way better than I predicted. Mainly though because everybody was thrashed. So could have made a lot of money, but if we'd gone for a lot of money options, I doubt we'd have had quite the chaotic race, and we would have just not gained anything. So some is better than none. I will quite happily take that 350k. And our team hub is built at last. Let's go ahead and look at an upgrade for that. It's going to cost 1.5 mil. We have 3.7. As much as I would like to go ahead and just slap an upgrade on that, I am very cognizant of the fact that we have new parts coming. We have got something to change on that car by the look of it. Let's take a look at our inbox. Our car wasn't suited to the track given its poor medium speed. Yeah, I was expecting to see that. Looking at the rest of the grid, our car underperforms on DRS as well. Yeah, well, everything on our car underperforms. Australian Grand Prix will need solid DRS effectiveness, so we are completely screwed there. Aerodynamic report is below. We'll check the parts. Something's failed. Both Porsche and Lawson performed well in terms of strategy. We expected to finish in 21st, and our best finish was 13th. So we're above target. Best strategy was a 1-stop. Yeah, I'd say the best strategy was the 4-stop. Finally, an update on Williams, who are one of our rivals. Their car has better DRS than us, so they're in a better position to excel in the next race. Let's have a look. The front wing has failed already. That is a little disconcerting. Engines, as you can see, have lost 25% almost from the first 2 rounds of the season. They are running a little hot. Again, cooling is not great on this car at the moment, but luckily we do have 4 engines to play with this year. So as long as we can protect the ERS and don't do something stupid, then hopefully we can get through with those gearboxes and engines and not have to take penalties. We'll see. Feature race results. Ollie Behrman wins ahead of his teammate Kimi. Bortoletto in 3rd. Let's take a full look at the F2 results. So if we go to Jeddah, in the sprint, it's Behrman from Crawford and Fittipaldi. Antonelli in 5th. And then Behrman and Antonelli topping the podium there. Strong afternoon for Prema there. So Behrman's going to be leading the championship. Antonelli could be moving up into 2nd. All depends on how Bortoletto's done in the first round. I can't remember. Let's take a look at the standings overall. Yeah, Behrman and Antonelli are 1-2 in the standings there, as you can see. Fittipaldi down now into 3rd, just 3 points behind Antonelli. 2 wins and a sprint win. Behrman is off to a great start this year. We could well be looking at him winning the championship quite comfortably at this rate. Antonelli himself is looking at 2 podiums, no wins yet. We'll see how his season progresses as well. Let's finish going through our inbox. We know about the team hub. That was the last email. How far away are we from... There we go. Oh, Flush Fitment trophy. Fit a part to your car. That's an easy trophy to get. How far away are we from getting new parts into production? 12 days for the side pods. We're 10 days from Melbourne, so we're not getting those before Melbourne. But we will be able to start manufacturing those straight afterwards. How long a gap do we have to China? Is it a 3-week gap? One, two... Oh no, Suzuka, isn't it, before China? We've got a 2-week gap to Suzuka, so we can get at least 1 side pod on the car. I don't know if I'm going to put them on the car as soon as they're available. I might hold till we have 1 of each for each driver. I don't want to favour one driver over the other and upset the dynamic in the team too early. You know, they're both very equally matched, so the last thing I want to do is give one the impression that he is not important. Let's take a look at our mentality hub, see how things have improved. Still 6 in neutral, but Lawson has improved his thoughts on us now, as you can see. Let's go to a full report. Porsche is positive. Personal situation is okay. He's just not happy. How is he unhappy with personal race results? I mean, yeah, I suppose. He only beat his teammate and 2 other cars. Maybe he thinks he should be doing better than that. The car performance is coming, I promise you guys. It's 2 more races away, at least, maybe 3. We've got to get through Melbourne, probably Suzuka, but China should be a good race in terms of improvement of pace. I don't know how much pace improvement we'll see compared to the rest of the grid, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it'll be significant. I'm hoping we won't be just trailing completely at the back, and that we'll be a lot more competitive with the bottom end of the field. Still not going to be challenging points, not unless we get another race like that anytime soon, I don't think. But with more performance in the car and multiple retirements, who knows? Who knows what can happen? Right, let's advance time a little bit. Helipad upgrade is done. Core sensor upgrade is done. I'm going to ease off on the helipad for now, but we are going to upgrade the tour sensor again. That's going to be worth an extra an extra 12.5 grand a week. We'll improve our team marketability as well. Helipad will do for now. Next upgrade is a bit more expensive. And again, need to keep some money in reserve for those new parts, because we're not getting big payouts every race like we were in the previous game. We're getting whatever we achieve with the sponsors, plus lump sums every 6 weeks from engagement and a once a month payment from the board. So, Ruben, how you doing? It's been a while. How's the game? It's good. It's good. I'm enjoying it. Really enjoying it. It's still showing Goodwood on the team badge there. I did change that, didn't I? Apparently not. Apply changes. Yeah, that's better. I don't know why that reverted. hospitality area is done. That will help with our next sponsor package in a few weeks' time. Our car part test center is built. That'll help with our car development. Got to wait for some slots to open up before we can use our ATR hours as well. Oh, wouldn't you know? We have a fire in the design center. God damn it. Okay, well, we're definitely not getting parts for Suzuka now. Didn't take long for the design center fire to come back again, did it? Jesus Christ. March staff survey results. So they're very unhappy with car performance, which is understandable because it is appalling. Again, biggest issue, car performance, very unhappy. Car performance. Nobody likes the car. Yeah, I get it, boys. I get it. It's a shit car. We're working on it. But when you go out for a crafty fag break behind the design center and then don't stub your cigarette out properly, this is what happens. We lose a week of development, making things worse for us. All right, there we go. We are prepped and ready for the next Grand Prix. Balanced circuits, and our car isn't well suited to it due to low DRS performance. Best performance should be a 2-stop. Historically, the safety car chance is about 50%. Are we going to see some more carnage here? Again, it's saving about 9 seconds in the pits if we go to a safety car. It's going to be warm, not expecting rain. Let's have a look. Okay, well, that's a little snapshot of tomorrow. We will be heading to Melbourne at the usual time, 8 p.m. here in the UK. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's chaotic race. It has been one of the most hectic Grand Prix for safety cars that we've had in a long, long time. I get the feeling that might be something that gets toned down a little bit in the patch. We'll see. We'll see if we get any more races like that this season. But it propelled us up to 13th place in the final standings, which means we are finally off the bottom in the constructors. We are now 10th, not 11th. So while we didn't really achieve that much, and we won't for another couple of races at the very least, we are still making some progress. And things are starting to slowly come together. I can't wait for our upgrades, but as I say, it's looking like China now before we get anything on the car, thanks to the design center just bursting into flames again. So we'll have to make do as best we can in Melbourne and then at Suzuka. They're both going to be pretty painful races. I think Suzuka probably more painful than Melbourne. I think we might have a slightly better chance at Melbourne. Just given the nature of the circuit at Suzuka, we have very little downforce in the car. There's fast sweeping corners, only one DRS zone. I think, yeah, that's going to be very painful for us. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will be back with more F1 Manager 24 very soon.